Hello people, this is going to be a different video, you're probably going to be wondering. You're probably going to be asking, why is there a Thomas and Friends series tyre list maker? Well, with Mr. Ryan, which is a YouTuber, he's done a thought based on all of the Thomas and Friends series and movies. People, if you look closely here, sorry if you can't see that, um, he says that Big World, Big Adventures is terrible. Series 12 to 16 is pretty bad, and the best ones in this appearance is Series 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and Series 20. And the best movies is Legend of the Sodor Treasure, is it? Oh no, here it is. Legend of the Lost Treasure. Sorry, it's just I haven't seen it in a long time. Since I've never done one of these tier lists before myself, I thought about sharing you what do I think of the series as a whole. I like the series I do. I'm not like a massive Thomas and Friends fan myself, but um, I've seen it all over the years, series 1 to 21, and I stopped watching the show at the beginning of series 22 because of the amount of changes. So, as a special treat for you viewers, here is my opinions based on all of the series and all of the movies. I haven't seen all of the movies though, but I've seen nearly all of them. Sorry if I'm sounding a little bit repetitive, but this is only my first time doing a tier list. So, the first series of Thomas and Friends, I find it pretty good. Um, my favourite episode from the first series. If I had to choose a real favourite classic from my childhood perspectives, it has to be Percy Runs Away. I don't know, maybe it's the big scene where Percy runs all the way up Gordon's Hill and to Marin Station. Pretty classic, so I'm going to put in the good section if I can reach to it. Oh, there isn't a good section, it's just decent or best. That's interesting. I'll put it at the best then. It's not like my personal favourite, but it's pretty good. Where's Series 2? I'm trying to find it. Where's the second series? Ah, here it is. I like Series 2, I do. It's definitely not my favourite, but I enjoy watching the second series. Favourite episode of Series 2? It's been a long time since I've seen any of these episodes myself, but I'm trying to remember as much as I can. My favourite episode of Series 2 of Thomas and Friends. Might have to be Thomas Comes to Breakfast. I really like that episode. It's not the best episode ever of Thomas and Friends, in my opinion, but if I had to pick the one I enjoyed the most, it has to be Thomas Comes to Breakfast. Yeah, when he enters into a house, he does. And I'm not joking. River City. Oh, that's just someone else uploading a new video. That's what happens when I subscribe to other YouTubers. Now, Series 3. Now, with the third series, the late Michael Angelis first narrated all 26 episodes of the third series in the UK. I can agree with some Thomas and Friends clever people, the people that knows the franchise very well, that his narration can get a little bit over the top over time. But I do like Michelangelo. His narration's got better and calmer over time, especially in the next series. My favourite episode of the third series of Thomas and Friends. Again, I haven't seen any of the episodes in a while, so I'm trying to revise myself. Favourite episode of the third series. Sorry, I just I don't know. Sorry if I'm not the best Thomas and Friends fan, but Series 3, I won't call it a bad series, but I won't call it the best series either. Just an alright series, but it could have been a little bit better. Series 4 with the narrow gauge engines. Michael Nallender's narrations got much better from Series 4 up until Series 16. My favourite episode of the fourth series. What if I had to choose one? The fourth series is probably definitely one of my favourite seasons of the classic era because Series 4 is probably the most outstanding one because the animation got a bit better and I don't know, maybe it's more calmer and it's more settling into like areas that isn't too busy like you see on the Northern Western Railway. Definitely has to be my favourite out of the classic era of the show. And my favourite episode of Series 4. I'm sorry, I think my brain has been rotted, I think. But I'll definitely put it in the best, definitely put it in the one of the best series. The first two is just good series, but there isn't one available, but hey-o. Fifth series of Thomas and Friends. I do enjoy watching the fifth series. Simply, I'll just put it in the in the good section. So yeah, Series 6, here it is. Now, some people say that the sixth series is like the beginning of the small decline of Thomas and Friends because Hit Entertainment bought Britt Allcroft's production company and they changed the show a lot from Series 8 onwards. I enjoyed Series 6, I did. Definitely more than Series 3 and maybe a bit more than Series 1 and 2. But I definitely like Series 6. If I had to pick a favourite of Series 6, you know what? Forget about best episodes because people are only more interested in the series as a whole rather than individual episodes. Series 7, the last series with the original music, the original composer, and Britt Allcroft in production. Yeah, it's a good series. Not the best one I've ever seen, but definitely a good solid season if you want to put it in. Series 8 now of Thomas and Friends. I find it pretty good. The three-strike formula wasn't introduced yet because Sharaman didn't come into production until 2005, which is in the next series. I do enjoy watching Series 8. There were some pretty serious moments, like when Percy thought that he was going to be scrapped, because he thought that I think his driver was talking to the Fat Controller about having him being scrapped, and he was that nervous. Yeah. Series 9 of Thomas and Friends. Now, this is getting a little bit hard because Series 9 to 12 are a little bit underrated in the Thomas and Friends series, where not many people talk about the episodes as much as Series 1 to 7. Series 9. Found it alright. I mean, it's not the best series I've ever seen. I definitely like Molly, which is my favourite character from Series 9, but unfortunately, she is a very underrated character where she hasn't been seen since The Great Discovery as a cameo. Well, to keep the fans happy, I'll just put it in the decent one, but, I'll put it as in a solid good season, but again, I'm not a massive Thomas and Friends fan. Series 10. Series 10 is a pretty good, it's an alright season. Not the best series I've ever seen. And most of the episodes I can't really remember, but I remember the one where Thomas meets Rosie, Thomas and the birthday mail. I remember when Toby was getting a new shed. Again, I know there'll be Thomas and Friends fans watching this, so to keep them happy, I'm only being honest as I can, but I don't want to disappoint Thomas and Friends fans, but I'm really sorry if I'm sounding repetitive. It's just I've never done one of these before, and it's on a straight recording because I usually edit every clip on Lewis Vlogs and Lewis and Aaron and any other video I made on this channel. The 11th series. Again, just an alright season. Not the best one, but it's alright. Series 12. What do I think? Well, I know it was the first series to feature CGI animation, but it's definitely very forgettable, it is. I'll just put it in the OK section because I think it's only because it's a bit forgettable, to be honest. Like, I can't remember every episode, but I remember when James and Hector was working together and Percy and Thomas's friendship was put to the test, and in the episode Best Friends, which was the last episode to feature the models in 2008 because of budget reasons. Series 13 of Thomas and Friends, which was the first fully CGI animation, and Sharon Miller becoming a stronger lead in the franchise. Now, a lot of people don't like Series 13 to 16 because of the three strike formula and the rhyming. It's a really interesting era because it's been 10 years now nearly since Series 16 ended in 2012, and it was the last series to feature Sharon Miller. I thought it alright, but definitely not the best series I've ever seen, but I found it alright. It could be worse off. Series 14. Well, it features more of Bash, Dash and Ferdinand and Misty Island, but I know a lot of Thomas and Friends despise the characters along with Charlie. Series 14 is definitely not one of like the most overrated seasons because it's definitely more forgettable and it's definitely underrated when no one really seems to talk about it that much. So I'll just put it in the OK section, but definitely very forgettable. Now, the 15th season, which a lot of Thomas fans says it's the worst series of Thomas and Friends because most of the episodes have been written by Sharon Miller, and one episode, Wonky Whistle, fans despises the episode because how annoying and repetitive it was, but it wasn't written by Sharon Miller, it was by someone completely different for only one episode. For me, again, I'm not a massive Thomas and Friends fan. I know I've said that more than 3 times, but I'm only being seriously honest. Series 16 is the same, really. Series 12 to 16 for me, you know, it's alright, but I wouldn't call it better than the earlier series or even Series 8 to 11. Definitely, it's just alright. Series 17 now, this is where fans calls the franchise the Renaissance era, where the show is getting better again. Series 17 is a really good season because it features old characters that hasn't been used in a few years. Series 17 is very different with its writing and even its animation because it switched from Nitrogen Studios to Arc Productions, which has now been defunct because of bankruptcy in 2016. Series 17 is probably one of the better seasons probably since the 8th season. If you look at the chart already. Series 18 is another good season. Definitely not my favourite, but a real good solid season where it's always good not to watch the whole show and the same episodes too many times. But if you give it time and you rewatch an episode, say like from Series 10 or Series 13 or Series 5 or which season you watch, you definitely look back at it, and the older the series gets, especially the ones where it's been worse than the better seasons, the comical it gets. I don't know, maybe it's just its generation change. Because in the 2010s we didn't have Disney Plus and iPhones and Windows 10 and all of the technology we have as of now. But yeah, Series 18 is definitely a good season. Just a nice solid season with Oliver returning, Oliver the Great Western Engine. Series 19 is a really good season. Would I say it's better than Series 17 and 18, you might be asking? That's a really good question. Again, I haven't seen Series 19 in a long while, but I haven't forgot about any of the seasons, but I just can't remember everything about Thomas and Friends because I haven't watched the whole show or a whole season since Series 21 because I stopped watching the show around in Series 22 because of the changes. Series 20 is a really good season. It features Daisy, which she hasn't been used in years. I think her last appearance might have been the Great Discovery, I think it was. Or was it Calling All Engines? Daisy? I'm not really sure. But yeah, Series 20, solid season. Yeah. Series 21. Now, this is like the last Renaissance season where fans say that this is when the show went downhill again because of, well, Mattel, which is the current owner of Thomas and Friends, says that Series 17 to 21 says that it bores kids to death because of its mature writing and its better quality. But mainly it's the marketing, toys and that. And the way to get more money is to make the animation more wackier and more childish. I think I can see why Thomas and Friends has really gone off the rails this time. And you're not going to find it funny, but I don't really expect you to anyway. Yeah, I like Series 21. Definitely not better than Series 17 or to 20, but it's alright. Just fine. Now I got all the series completed. So I said that Series 4 is one of my favourite three. If I had to pick a top three, and I got this section here, number 3 might have to be Series 17. My second favourite season has to be Series 6. And my first favourite season is Series 4. Maybe it's nice to focus on other characters that isn't Thomas and Friends, and the narrow gauge engines becoming recurring characters. Definitely more than characters such as Arthur, or Murdoch, or Neville, or Mighty Mac, or Fearless Freddy, or even Kevin and Victor. Even Kevin and Victor hasn't been used as much, unlike in series 13 to 16. On to the movies now. The first one I'm going to talk about is Thomas and the Magic Railroad. It's alright, but I know that some fans say that the movie isn't the best, but even I agree it's not the best. But I wouldn't say it's terrible, but just alright, but definitely not the best film I've seen. Now we come to Calling All Engines. I think with Calling All Engines, I think the characters have been a little bit too harsh to Thomas because he wasn't the one that destroyed the engine shed, it was the diesels, and I can see how they went into war between engines and diesels. Well, I would want to watch it again. I like how it uses the models. I will appreciate the animation, but the writing could be better. But I can see how some of the characters have been a little bit too hard on Thomas. He might have made mistakes, but Diesel 10 makes more mistakes than Thomas has done. I'll just put it in the okay section. Just alright. Thomas's trusty friends, Jack and the Pack, the spin-off, pretty good. Yeah, it's not the best content I ever seen. Definitely better than some of the seasons I've been put on the decent or the okay section. I like how it's got Max and Monty and Ned and Isabella and the whole pack. It's just too bad not all the members are back in CGI. But yeah, The Great Discovery. I'd really like The Great Discovery because Thomas wants to try and do everything right and he discovers Great Waterton, which hasn't been seen in years. I think it definitely has to be my favourite movie because I love how Thomas goes through inside the cave and through the water. And the whole plot is something that the writers couldn't really do right on an episode. So that's how they make a special instead. And it's a great way to show the final media with full-on models. Definitely my favourite film, if I had to pick a favourite film off the Thomas and Friends franchise. Hero off the Rails. It's alright, not the best film I've ever seen. But Go Go Thomas, which is the music video, it definitely will become an earworm inside your head. It will take you a long time to get rid of that song. Go Go Thomas, Thomas number one. You know how it goes. I'll put in the decent section because of Go Go Thomas. It's really catchy despite my age, but I'm not really into someone who's in Call of Duty or Warcraft or boisterous subjects. That's not me, really. I'm a lot more subtle than that. The next special would be Misty Island Rescue. It's okay. I mean, I don't mind the characters Bash, Dash and Ferdinand, but I wouldn't call it better than The Great Discovery or Hero off the Rails. In fact, I'm not sure about the differences between Misty Island Rescue and the Magic Railway and Calling All Engines. That's going to be debatable. The next film, Day of the Diesels. Well, I like how it features Diesel 10, which is one of the most popular characters of Thomas and Friends. I found it a really good film. I mean, I wouldn't call it better than The Great Discovery, but definitely better than Misty Island Rescue or Calling All Engines or The Magic Railroad. Because I like how it controls Percy and Diesel 10 and it's costing their friendship between him and Thomas. Sorry if I can't scroll up properly. There we go. It might be my second favourite film, but I haven't seen it in a long time. Blue Mountain Mystery with Luke. Definitely one of the good films. I won't call it better than The Great Discovery, but I would say it's definitely better than the 3 films that's in the OK section. So I'll put it in the best section or the good section of my tier list. Not far to go now. The next film, I believe, would be The Adventure Begins, even though it's not chronology in order. To be honest, I've only seen clips of The Adventure Begins, like it retells the classic stories of the late W. Aldrich. Sorry, I can't remember his first name, but I do know the creator's name, I mean, actually. Yeah, to keep the Thomas and Friends fans happy, I'll put it in the best section, but yeah, I like how it retells the classic stories of Thomas and Friends, including featuring the classic runaway theme you hear from the earlier seasons. Nice remake. The Legend of the Lost Treasure. Definitely one of the good films. Definitely better than these 3. I like how it puts the Fat Controller and Thomas's friendship or relationship on the test. where Thomas thinks that the Fat Controller doesn't like him anymore and he doesn't believe in anything that he says. But once he rescued the treasure from Sailor John, which was the villain, which he is a very spiteful villain, um, he's proud of Thomas because Ryan, his new friend, told Sir Top and Hat about everything what has happened. Despite I haven't seen it for a few years, it's definitely one of the better films than those three I've mentioned. Well, I call it better than The Great Discovery or Day of the Diesels. Hmm. I'm not sure. I like how when the franchise makes serious films about putting friendships on the test or going through such a serious scenario to the point where they can't even do anything about it. I really like that. The next film we got is King of the Railway. It's good. I mean, it's the first film of the Renaissance era, and I believe it came out before Series 17. I think it was released in between Series 16 and 17 with the animation change with Stephen Kinorabe, is that his name? And Millie. I remember the engines' names, but I can't really remember the leader's name. Like Mr. Percival and Sir Top and Hat. I remember them two. King of the Railway. Definitely put in the best section. Just a solid good film. I mean, I think it's time for me to watch some of these classic films like The Great Discovery, Blue Mountain Mystery, Day of the Diesels, and King of the Railway. Maybe at Christmas time, maybe. Despite I'm 21, it's nice to watch films you've seen the first time ages ago, and then you come back to it, and you just remember how good it really is. I think the problem with some Thomas and Friends fans is that they always seem to look at it first, have a first preview, and they just go, 6 out of 10, but could have been better. Sorry, I'm just going to put my laptop on charge because my battery is going to go to 10%. Sorry about the interruption, but I'm nearly done anyway. But you can see already my opinions based on all of the Thomas and Friends media, except for the music videos and, well, yeah, but Mr. Ryan suggested all of that. Thanks, Mr. Ryan, for getting us to the tier list. Maybe I should create my own tier list and do other things, such as like Bob the Builder, or Fireman Sam, or South Park, maybe? We'll see. Maybe one day. Right, now I've got my laptop on charge. We've only got a few films to go. Restart to stay up to date. Your version of Windows 10 is nearly the end of service. Oh, sorry. Apparently my version of Windows 10 on my laptop is nearly out of date for some reason, but I'll go through that later personally. Anyway, 4 films to go. We've got Tale of the Brave, a really good film. I like how it's all about dinosaur discovery, and Gator, which is one of like the legendary engines that is definitely very underrated, but something similar to Lady or Diesel 10. Is it better than The Great Discovery and Day of the Diesels, or even King of the Railway, Tale of the Brave? I haven't seen it in a while, but I've seen it in 2014 originally. Yeah, definitely a really good film. Maybe it's just because I haven't seen it in a while. I seem to realise how good it really is. Now the next film is... Oh no. I've done Legend of the Lost Treasure first, then King of the Railway, then Tale of the Brave. I've done it all in the wrong way round. Sorry about that, in a chronology order, but never mind. The Great Race, which is the next film, what do I think? It's alright, it's the introduction of the foreign engines. Well, I won't call it better than Tale of the Brave or Day of the Diesels, just decent or okay will I put it in. I'll just put it in as okay, but Not the best film I've ever seen. Journey Beyond Sodor, what do I think? I like how it shows more of the mainland parts rather than, somewhere too complicated to the point where it becomes forgettable. But, I'm not sure. I mean, I like how it shows Thomas and James's relationship because we never really saw that as a main plot in a movie before. Because usually Thomas and Friends are close. Thomas and Friends. Should have gone Specsavers. Thomas and Percy, I mean, they are the bestest friends because that's how their friendship is. I think Thomas and Gordon are best friends too. I know that Gordon likes Thomas more than Percy. I think he's good friends with Edward and Henry. I think he has a brotherly relationship with James, and he's just a good friend to Toby, but I think Thomas is his best friend Gordon, if you're wondering. I'll put it... I like the animation, all that is fine, at least it's not cheap CGI animation, because I know there's worse films with worse animations. I'll put it in the decent one. I would say it would be better than The Great Race. And you're probably wondering now, my opinion based on the Big World, Big Adventures film, with the famous James A. Williams going into a long hour description about the whole film, which I sometimes watch now and again. Alright, it's definitely worse than Hero of the Rails. It's definitely worse than Misty Island Rescue, but Jacob, the Transport Guy, really likes this film, I think. Fair enough, opinions will be opinions. So, if I had to put it in a section, I'll just put it as pretty bad, but I won't say it's I won't call it heinous, but I definitely won't want to watch it again because it makes me realise that Mattel is milking the franchise to death. And there you go, people. That's all of my opinions based on the Thomas and Friends series. I'll give you a few seconds to look at all of my opinions of the series and the movies, and of course the Jack and the Pack spin-off. Great Discovery is definitely my favourite film. I think Tale of the Brave is my second favourite. And what would be my third favourite between Day of the Diesels, Blue Mountain Mystery, King of the Railway, and The Legend of the Lost Treasure? I'll just put them all as in third place because all of them seem to have really good plots, but The Great Discovery and Tale of the Brave definitely stands out more, they do. Here's my decent opinion, Series 3, 9, 10, 11 and 21. And Hero of the Rails is definitely better than Journey Beyond Sodor, but I wouldn't call it the best film, but I love how it does a plot that has never been done on the show before, where an engine finds a lost legendary engine. Here is the OK sections. If I had to pick the best season from like the OK section between Series 12 to 16, I think Series 13 might be the best one out of Series 12, 14, 15 and 16, but I won't call it any better than that. Series 14 is definitely very forgettable, but when you rewatch the episodes you seem to remember everything. And there you go. That's my opinion.